Had to put up some fall decorations. Got our football turkey. Get her! Aw, what are you doing, little girl? Yeah? Are you enjoying your Sunday? Little girl, you enjoying your Sunday? Your Sunday bone? Hey guys, it's Corinne. I'm going to do a quick update, a little informal here, just in my kitchen. We are still in construction mode a little, so if you see paint patches, that's just what we're living with right now. I wanted to give you a quick update on where we're at with our infertility. So we have a start date. Our start date is going to be the 29th, September 29th. So our doctor is giving us a start date, and it is going to depend a little bit on when my cycle restarts, of course, but here, let me see if I can prop you guys up real quick. I apologize for my Sunday appearance, guys. I really wanted to get an update to you, and today is just a cleaning, cook some roast for supper, and watch football kind of day, so this is what you get. But I did want to give you guys at least an update because I did not have anything last week to update you guys on. Representing our trip of a lifetime, this was Snowbird, Utah. If you haven't seen that trip of a lifetime video, I will link it and also link it down below. It was so amazing. We had the time of our lives. It was better than we could have imagined, and I'm so thankful that we took that trip before we started this journey. It was a great way to reset and recharge. So we have a start date, yay! We are gonna start at the beginning of this next cycle, and I am still on birth control, so it is going to somewhat control, at least so I don't have a 40-day cycle. It'll keep me hopefully in the 28-29 day period, pun intended. And then we're gonna start our medication. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these prescriptions, but there are 10 of them, 6 of which are injections / I think one is a pen. So I'm gonna list those down below just in case you're interested of what medications we're gonna be going through. From what I've researched, they're pretty common. It seems like they're the standard list of prescriptions. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous to start injections. I've never had to give myself or actually anybody a shot before. I'm a little nervous to see how well I am at doing this. Of course, there is a class that I have to take, which is going to be September 21st, so about a week before we start our injections. They're going to go through, of course, the side effects, the protocols for each of these, and also run through the best protocol of how to perform these injections. I don't know if that's the right word or not. By the way, I love Vernors, and if you don't know what Vernors is, that's okay because it's a Michigan thing. It's just basically ginger ale, but it's the best ginger ale ever. And of course I get diet. Now I don't drink pop very often. Actually, I quit when we started trying to conceive almost 2 years ago. Once in a while I get that craving for that fizzy pop taste, and of all things, ginger ale is great to help settle my stomach, which brings me to my next point. I did start metformin again. He has me on the lowest dose. I want to say it's 500 milligrams. I'll have to double check that. So it's only one tablet a day. He wants me to go up to 2 tablets a day, so once in the morning and once at night, once my stomach adjusts. I do take it at night as of now, just the 1 tablet. So far, it's doing the same thing it did a couple months ago when I started it. The standard symptoms are stomach ache, Digestive problems is probably the best way to put that. I am a little sensitive to carbs and sugars, which is not a bad thing, of course, but I will be continuing this up until and possibly past getting pregnant. That means my lunch is done. So we are going to start September 29th, and as of right now, the projected egg retrieval day will be October 10th. Sorry, battery died. So where was I? Oh, so our projected egg retrieval date is going to be October 10th. This will vary depending on how my ovaries respond to the medications, how many follicles we have, how mature they are, and I'm sure there's other variables. I do go in, I think it's every other day. I will know once I have that class on the 21st if it's every other day or however it works. But I do go in for ultrasounds and blood work just so they can monitor how my body's responding to the medicine and when is the appropriate time to do the egg retrieval. So we're going to do egg retrieval, we'll say October 10th. Then we will do a fresh egg transfer 3 to 5 days after that, which of course I'm hoping for the 5 days, not only because it's great to have the 5-day blastocyst, I could be saying that wrong, blastocyst phase of the embryo, and also because October 15th is my brother's 21st birthday, so it should be lucky, right? I don't think I talked about this in my previous vlogs, but after we found out that we were going to go through with IVF, we did discuss doing this $5,000 chromosome test. I believe the acronym for it is PDS or PGS, somewhere in there. And this chromosome test looks for all kinds of abnormalities, and of course one of the big ones would be Down syndrome, sickle cell, all kinds of things. I think it even looks for if it is a carrier for the recessive gene of something that could potentially harm an embryo or a baby. Anyways, this also would have led to us being able to choose the gender if we wanted to, which was not a bad idea, especially if we have multiple eggs fertilized and then we had multiple embryos make it to the blastocyst stage. That would give us some kind of choice in which embryos we implant and which we freeze. Although our doctor did not suggest that this test is something we should do, mostly because of our age. We're still both very young. In case you don't know, I'm 26, I'll be 27 in December, and Bradford is 35. So we're still fairly young, and he believes that this isn't going to be a high-risk item. On the other hand, because of Brad's semen analysis results, and if you don't know about all of our results from our preliminary testing, I will link it in the eye above. I still can't remember which side it's on. This gives you kind of an overall view of where we started when we first went to our RE. So Brad's semen analysis was great. All of the numbers were awesome except for morphology, which was 2%. Our doctor personally likes to see 8%. So that's a pretty big gap. Bradford also did a semen analysis back in, I want to say it was March, and had a very similar result, so we're thinking that this is obviously a consistent thing, that it's not changed, over time, or he didn't have, a cold that could have affected this. Both times it was too consistent. With that being said, this is going to lead us to do a procedure in our IVF called ICSI. It's ICSI. I don't know what that stands for. I'm sure with all of these words in this field, it's something long that I can't pronounce. So in case you don't know what ICSI is, that's fine. I had to look it up. What it is a different procedure with fertilizing the egg. So what standard procedure is they would take the egg and put in just a volume sample size of the sperm and let at least one of them penetrate the egg and then fertilize the egg. What ICSI is, and this is also, again, because of our results, and our doctor fears that we might not have as high fertilization percentage because of maybe the strength of the sperm. So ICSI will be embryologist, I believe it's the embryologist, hand selects the sperm, the number one best swimmer that they can see, to fertilize the egg. And they actually fertilize the egg, injecting it through a needle, basically doing the hard work for it. It doesn't have to penetrate the shell of the egg. So this is great because this is probably going to give us a better fertilization percentage. On the other hand, you're not weeding out necessarily the chances of chromosome abnormalities because you're doing the hard work for the sperm. So granted, yes, they do washes to try and help prevent any bad sperm from being chosen. There's no guarantee. Long story short, we are not going to do the $5,000 chromosome test, which also means we are not going to be able to pick the gender, which means we will have to wait until the 12-week blood work that we will do to find out the gender or genders. Also, I will at the end of this do a total cost of what IVF cost us. I did find a lot of these videos helpful because there was a good breakdown of what individual parts of the IVF process and how much they cost. Lucky for us, we actually have very, very good insurance, which is rare in the infertility world. I work for a mechanical engineering company, and we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Not only do they give us a $10,000 allowance for any artificial insemination category procedure, they also cover 80% of our prescription. So thankfully, we are very blessed to have such good insurance. I know that a lot of people have to pay out of pocket for this, and if we have prescriptions left over, we will be donating those. So fast forward a month, hopefully we will find out if everything works by October, I want to say it was 26th-ish, basically before Halloween, we will know if it worked. Of course, in my heart, I can't imagine this not working. This is everything we've hoped and dreamed for, but I also have a very logical, realistic side of me who tries to know the statistics are great, but not a guarantee. So what if this doesn't work? Bradford and I have already discussed this. If it doesn't work, that is fine. I understand that this is our first go around. Many couples have to do multiple rounds of IVF in order to have a successful. And some do multiple rounds and don't have any success at all, unfortunately. If this round doesn't work, we are going to focus on our family, buying a piece of land, and building our home, which is going to take obviously about a year. In a year, we will reevaluate where we are with our career, with our home, and with our finances. Given that, then we will reevaluate obviously if IVF is still a good option for us to go through again. I'm going to continue to document this journey, and I am so thankful for the followers I have and the support I've received. I've gotten nothing but positive vibes and inspirational messages from people I've never even met, and for me, that is exactly why I wanted to share our story. So I'm going to continue to document this journey, especially once we get into the nitty-gritty, the injections, the procedures, the egg retrieval, the transfer of the embryo or embryos, and everything in between. So stay tuned for more exciting things to happen. We've got 2 weeks to wait for our cycle to restart, and then we'll be on our way to hopefully baby O'Day. Also, if any of you ladies have gone through IVF yourself, I would love to hear your suggestions, especially with the shots and going through the hormones, going through all the prescriptions. I'm really worried that I'm already a little bit of a basket case as it is. So adding all these hormones is scary. So I would love to hear your suggestions or advice down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday and your week, and I will keep you guys updated as we get a little bit closer and start preparing for our first round of IVF. Bye guys!